Good morning, madam. I'm Rubbini KUMARAN. My matric number is 291698. So today I would like to explain about analyzing UX technique in the exam portal design. So these are the UX techniques I found in exam portal design. First is requirement gathering and user research. Next is user scenario, user flow, prototyping, mockup, and final is usability testing. First technique is requirement gathering and user research. In this technique involves collecting the detailed information about the user, their needs, and the requirement of the project. In the exam portal case study, multiple sections are conducted face to face with the product owner to understand the details of exam creation, the type of questions to be included, and the specific needs of education institution. And the product owner produce the insight into how exams are structured and the type of question needed. For example, MCQ, single select, multiple select, and how the exam process should be managed through the portal. So the goal was gather the comprehensive information that will guide the design and develop of the exam portal, ensuring it meet the specific requirement of the user and the stakeholder. Next is user scenario. The user scenario are narrative description of how user interact with the system to achieve the specific goal. In this exam portal, various user scenario are created to represent the different user role. As we can see in the picture, the example roles are super admin, subject matter expert, and exam paper admin, and their interaction with the system. For example, scenarios are developed to illustrate how a super admin create the modulars and topic, how subject matter expert add question to the question bank, and how exam paper admin compile the question into an exam paper. These scenarios help in identify the different requirement and interaction for each user roles and ensuring the portal design completed all necessary functionalities. Third is user flow. User flow are diagrams that map out the steps user take to complete the specific tasks within that system. In the exam portal, detailed user flow were created for the tasks such as creating modulars and topics, adding question to the question bank, and creating exam paper. So this followed outline each steps that user will take from logging into the completing their task. In the below picture, we can see it detailedly. So the aim was to ensure a smooth and intuitive user experience by clearly defining the steps involving in each task and identify any potential bottleneck for confusing the step in the process. Next is prototyping. Actually, prototyping involves the creating early models of the product to test and refine the idea before full-scale development. In this exam portal, prototypes are developed to test design idea with stakeholders and gather the feedback before moving to development. This included creating a interactive model that stakeholder could interact with the understanding the proposed design and functionality. The primary goal was to validate the design decision and gather the feedback earlier in the process, ensuring that the final product meets user needs and expectations. Next is mockup. Mockup are high fidelity visual representation of the product interface, showing what the final design will look like. They include the detailed design element like color, typography, and layout. So the high fidelity mockup are created to represent the final design of the exam portal. These mockup are used to communicate the design to developers and stakeholders, providing a clear and detailed vision of end product. Mockup help in ensuring that all the elements are agreed upon then understanding by all the team members, facilitating the smoother development and reducing the misunderstandings. Last is usability testing. Usability testing involves observing real users as they interact in the system to identify usability issues and gathering the qualitative data about user behavior and preference. In exam portal, usability testing are conducted within two major Singaporean education institutions to identify any issues in the design. Users are asked to complete the specific task while observing notes any difficulty or error occurred. Feedback from this test was used to refine the interface and improve the overall user experience. The objective was to ensure that the design was intuitive to meet the needs of the user. By addressing the issues identified during the test, the team could improve user satisfaction and effectiveness of the portal. For critical analysis, I choose prototyping. There are several strengths and weaknesses for prototyping. First strength is visualization of concept. Prototyping allows the designer and stakeholder to interact with the tangible representation of the product earlier in the design process. This visualization can enhance the understanding and communication, making abstract idea more concrete and understandable. Next is early detection of issue. By creating a prototype, team can identify the usability issues and design flow before the final development phases. This proactive approach helps save time and resource by preventing costly revision later in the process. Next is user feedback. Prototype enable the user testing and feedback collection. This direct interaction with the target audience provide the valuable insight that can guide the design improvement, ensuring the product meet user needs. Last is iterative improvement. Prototyping supports an iterative design process. Continuous user testing and feedback allow for incremental refinement and leading to more policies and user-friendly final product. The weakness of prototyping is time consuming. Creating a detailed prototype, especially high fidelity ones, can be time consuming. This effort can slow down the design process and delay the project timeline. Next is resource intensive. Prototyping often requires the significant resource, including the design tool, skilled personnel, and time. For smaller team or project with limited budget, this can be major constraint. Next is a overemphasis on design. There is a risk that stakeholders may focus too much on the look and feel of the prototype, potentially neglecting the functional and usability aspect. This can lead to the misaligned priorities. Last is misleading feedback. User may provide the feedback based on the prototype's fidelity, which may not accurately represent the final product performance or usability. High-fidelity prototype can create a false expectation about the end product capabilities. I choose A/B testing technique for an alternative technique for prototype. Let's see one by one. So the first point is real-world context. The A/B testing are conducted with real user in real-world condition, ensuring that the results are relevant and applicable to the live environment. These contexts provide a more accurate and actionable insight. Next is optimization. A/B testing facilitated continuous optimization. By iteratively testing and refining design elements based on the user preference and behavior, designer can progressively enhance the user experience and achieve the higher conversion rates or user satisfaction. Next is efficiency. Unlike the prototyping, which can be time consuming, A/B testing can be more effective and especially for testing specific design elements. Implementing the A/B testing requires fewer upfront the resource and can be done alongside live operation, allowing for a quick iteration. Next is cost effectiveness. A/B testing can often be conducted with existing product or with minimal modification, reducing the needs for extensive design and development resource. This makes it a cost-effective alternative, particularly for projects with limited budget. Next is objective data. A/B testing generally clear and data-driven insight into a user preference and behavior. This objective data reduce the reliance on the subjective feedback and interactive and can sometimes screw result in prototyping. Last is real-world validation. A/B testing occurred in the actual use environment, providing the more accurate and reliable result compared to the controlled prototyping testing. This real-world validation ensures that the findings are directly applicable to the live product, enhancing its relevance and impact. So, as simplifying this, A/B testing addressing the several critical weaknesses of prototyping by providing the empirical real-world data that directly inform the design decision. So when we compare with A/B testing with the prototyping, the A/B testing is a powerful complementary technique that can significantly enhance the overall design process when integrated effectively. In conclusion, while prototyping is invaluable for early-stage visualization, issue detection, and iterative improvement, it can be a time-consuming, resource-intensive, and sometimes lead to misleading feedbacks. But the A/B testing offers a robust alternative by providing the empirical, cost-effective, and real-world validated data that directly inform design decision. By addressing the weakness of prototyping and enhancing the design process with objective insight, A/B testing proved to be a more effective technique for optimize the final product user experience. So the A/B testing technique can give a more user-friendly, effective, and realistic interface to the users. These are the references that I referred to complete this research about UX technique. So that's all from me. Thank you.